General Kukov is late?
We have matters to discuss before he arrives.
Nadia, this tea is excellent.
Thank you. I prepared it myself. Incompetence will not be tolerated. We cannot allow you to endanger the Iron Curtain project any longer. I'm glad you agree.
Dealing with traitors is my responsibility.
Yes, and my pleasure. My spies report that the Allies are planning a major naval attack against us. You can cut them off at the refueling station. Land your MCV on a suitable island and destroy the Allies' base and refueling station. We must keep the area clear for our submarine operations. Go. Now, General Kukov, tell me about this Allied secret weapon that you found. The chronosphere?
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Waiting order.
Reinforcements have
Affirmative.
arrived.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Comrade. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Cannot deploy.
Acknowledged.
New construction options.
Acknowledged. Agreed. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Construction
Reporting.
complete.
Acknowledged.
New construction options.
Waiting orders. Ready and waiting. Very well. Acknowledged. Reporting. At once. Affirmative. Waiting order. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Very well. Agreed. Agreed. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. Ready and waiting. Once. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Agreed. Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Reporting. Very well.
Construction complete.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Waiting orders. Affirmative. Very well.
New construction options.
Comrade.
Building.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Building.
Yes, sir. Agreed. Reporting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Awaiting orders. Of course.
Our base is under attack.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting. Very well. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Agreed. Awaiting orders. Very well. At
Construction
once.
complete. New construction options. Building. Building. Construction complete. Building. On hold. Cancel. Building. Construction complete. Building. Construction complete. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Comrade, acknowledged. Waiting order. Affirmative.
Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Unit ready. Our base is under attack.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Repair.
Waiting order.
Construction complete.
Affirmative.
Naval unit lost.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
New construction options. Building. Building. Construction complete. Building. Primary building selected. Unit ready. Building.
Awaiting orders. Yes, sir.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Acknowledged.
Building. Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Unit ready. Construction complete. Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Construction
Affirmative.
options. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Primary building selected. Building. Unit lost. Building.
Vehicle
Unit
report.
ready.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative.
Construction complete. Unit ready. Building. Construction complete.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Vehicle reporting.
Building.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative.
Our base is under attack. Unit ready.
Comrade. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Building. Construction complete.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building. Construction
Yes, sir.
complete.
Affirmative.
Building. Construction complete. Building.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Primary building selected. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Construction
Affirmative.
complete. New construction options. Building. Construction complete. Building.
Yes, affirmative. Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Report acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Repairing. Construction complete. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building. Primary building selected.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Construction complete.
Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building. Building. Unit ready.
Yes, sir. At once.
Construction complete.
At once. Yes, sir. Waiting order. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Reporting. Ready and
Unit
waiting.
lost.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Reporting well.
Unit lost.
Waiting order. Acknowledged.
is
Vehicle
under
report.
attack.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Vehicle report. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged.
Repairing. Building. Building.
Vehicle report. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Building. Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Vehicle acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building. Unit ready. Building.
Vehicle reported. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Waiting.
ready.
Acknowledged.
Building. On hold. Cancelled. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Construction complete.
Affirmative.
Our base is under attack. Naval unit
Acknowledged.
lost. Primary building selected. Building.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Preparing.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Our
Acknowledged.
base is under attack.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Vehicle report. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Vehicle reporting.
Preparing.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building. Unit lost. Unit ready. Building. Building.
Waiting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Awaiting. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Construction
Acknowledged. Reporting.
Insufficient
Affirmative.
funds. Our base is under attack. Unit ready.
Yes,
Building.
sir. Acknowledged.
Naval unit
Comrade.
lost.
Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Yes, affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Naval unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Primary building selected.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Vehicle affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready. Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Awaiting orders. Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit
Yes, sir.
ready. Building.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building. Naval unit
Affirmative.
lost. Unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds. Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Building.
Report acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Awaiting orders.
Unit ready.
Comrade. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building. Naval unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Comrade. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Naval unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Affirmative.
Building. Naval unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative.
Naval
Comrade.
unit lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready. Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds. Naval
Acknowledged.
unit lost. Naval unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Vehicle
Building.
reporting.
Naval
Affirmative.
unit lost.
Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Naval unit lost.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Comrade. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Awaiting reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Waiting acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Comrade. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes,
Unit
acknowledged.
ready.
Vehicle report. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Report affirmative. Vehicle acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting affirmative. Affirmative. Reporting.
Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Naval unit lost. Building.
Report affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Awaiting orders.
Building. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Affirmative. Comrade acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Vehicle report. Acknowledged. Vehicle report. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Vehicle report. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Comrade. Comrade. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Naval
Acknowledged.
unit lost. Primary building selected.
Waiting order. Report acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Waiting affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Structure sold. Unit ready. Building. Unit
Waiting
ready.
order. Affirmative. Waiting order, comrade. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building. Construction complete. New construction options.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Repairing. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir.
Insufficient
Acknowledged.
funds.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Repairing. Unit ready. Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Repair.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit repaired.
Yes,
Unit
sir.
ready. Building.
Affirmative.
Repairing.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Affirmative. Comrade.
Insufficient
Acknowledged.
funds.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Affirmative. Vehicle acknowledged. Waiting order.
Insufficient
Affirmative.
funds.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Affirmative.
Repairing.
Comrade. Acknowledged.
Unit
Yes, sir.
repaired.
Affirmative. Reporting.
Repair.
Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Awaiting orders.
Building.
Vehicle reporting.
Insufficient
Affirmative.
funds.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds. Primary building selected.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Comrade. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Reporting.
Repairing.
Acknowledged.
Unit repaired.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Waiting order. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
On hold. Building. Unit repaired. Unit ready. On
Yes, sir.
hold.
Acknowledged.
Cancel. Building.
Comrade, acknowledged. Waiting order. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Our base is under
Yes,
attack.
sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Report. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Reporting. Waiting order. Yes, sir.
Repairing. Unit ready. Building. Building.
Vehicle
Construction
report. Yes,
complete.
sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Reporting. Waiting order. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
On hold. Cancel. Building.
Reporting.
Construction complete. Building.
Vehicle reporting.
Repairing. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir.
Insufficient
Acknowledged.
funds.
Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Vehicle report. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Waiting order.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Vehicle affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Comrade. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy here. Low power. Building. Unit ready. Building.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Comrade. Affirmative. Report. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Construction complete.
Report. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Insufficient
Acknowledged.
funds.
Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Waiting order. Awaiting orders. Vehicle reporting. Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Acknowledged. Comrade. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Waiting
Unit
order. Affirmative.
ready.
Comrade. Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting order. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Insufficient
Affirmative. Yes, sir.
funds.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Comrade. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Waiting order.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting order. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting. Reporting. Acknowledged. Waiting
Unit
acknowledged.
ready. Building.
Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Reporting order. Acknowledged. Reporting acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Waiting order. Vehicle reporting. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Reporting. Waiting order. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Insufficient
Acknowledged.
funds.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Funds. Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged. Report. Acknowledged. Vehicle report.
Waiting order. Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Awaiting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Reporting.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Repairing. Our base is under attack. Low power. Repairing. Building. Repairing. Insufficient
Reporting.
funds.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Yes,
Building.
sir. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost. Unit lost.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Awaiting
Our
for
base is
acknowledged.
under
Reporting.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Acknowledged.
sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Waiting order. Acknowledged. Comrade. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Construction
Affirmative.
complete. Building. Repairing.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative. Waiting order. Affirmative.
Vehicle report. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds. Repairing. Construction complete.
Waiting order. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Comrade. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Repairing.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building. Mission accomplished.